And now please join me in welcoming your senior class speaker, Aaryan.
I have a dream! Wait, sorry, wrong speech. Here it is. Esteemed faculty and administration, honorary 50-year graduates, and a school which once hosted Emma Watson, better known as Hermione Granger, I could not be prouder today to speak on behalf of one of the greatest classes to lead Peters Township, the class of 2017. When deciding on what to speak of, I thought it would be appropriate, as my closing remarks, to give you the 5 rules on what I've learned in my worldly experience living in the modest and very diverse Peters Township. A lot of you here are probably asking yourself, why 5, Aaryan? What's the significance? Aaryan, are 5 rules going to dictate my life? I'll give you the answer. The principal told me, Aaryan, you only have enough time for 5. Rule 1. Be happy. Why? Why not? Moving on. Okay, just kidding. It seems like a simple chore, but in reality, it's not. I'm not saying the short burst of happiness from binging your favorite Netflix show or simply convincing your teacher to move the test next Monday. But when it comes down to the main point, it's the feeling of every day enjoying what you do. My grandpa tells the story best. Born in India and known for his pep talks in the family, Aaryan, hey, zupa na kakadu. Aaryan, stop sleeping and do something. But just recently, he was giving me a different pep talk. Instead of simply doing the blind head nod, I was fascinated by his story. My grandpa was teaching math from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of his life. And before I went, well, settled, I'm never working hard a day in my life, he told me something sort of beautiful. He was happy. Every day, this amount of teaching, combined with a short lunch break, was happiness. And if you ask him today if he regretted any moment, he'll give you the same answer he gave me. No. His example is and should be no exception. The truth is, we can all find our happiness if we're willing to go out looking. So I ask you, class of 2017, to find that happiness. Rule 2. Listen to those around you. Your brother, sister, best friend, teachers, and yes, your parents. Sounds dumb, I know. At this point, if you haven't tuned me out, I can tell you that listening to others is everything. I mean, over the past 18 years, if I'd taken some advice from others, I'd have probably saved a couple $100 and probably got hit over the head less times by my mom. Still love you, Mom. A lot of you are moving on. Some of you 10 miles away, and some of you 1,000 miles away. You're on to the next phase in your life. Maybe there's unfamiliar faces and unfamiliar territory, and you might just feel lost. But there's going to be people in your past and future there for you. And not just for weekend laundry and free food, but that want you to succeed. So it never hurts to hear someone out. Rule 3, don't give up. The fact is, there is going to be failure in the future. I'm sure there's already been failure in the past. But today, I'd like to talk about how a failure shaped me. When I first came to Pittsburgh in 2005, I came into the prime season of Penguins hockey. 2 of the league's current best players, Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, had just been drafted. Witnessing my first hockey game with my dad, I immediately became captivated by the energy of the game. And as a young kid, more than ever, I could see my name on the back of one of those jerseys. And for those upcoming years, I held on to that dream. I came to those 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. practices. I skated for hours until I felt like falling over. And when I was benched after a bad game, I would come home and make sure to work twice as hard that next game. I am no Stanley Cup champion, or for that matter, a state champion. But while I may not get to wear my name in the back of Console Energy Center, I will never regret a second I spent on that ice. Hockey taught me that people can mess around with you off the ice and still have your back on the ice. It taught me how to work as a team regardless of the situation. It taught me how resilience, passion, and hard work can lead to victory. These skills, while not furthering my childhood dream, have only made me stronger in pursuing my current passions and making myself a more successful person. While my example may not perfectly encapsulate everyone here's, know that the people that fail the most become the most successful. I mean, look at me now. I'm on top. No, literally I'm on top because of the podium and all. But truly past all the times you get pushed down, you will come back up and excel. Now to rule 4. Remember, don't go into the world with the idea of forgetting, because everything we've had over the past years has been special. There are the times we've wept as a school for another student. There are the times we've smiled through the success of our teams. There are the times we've been lost. Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, now as I am standing on the stage giving a speech. There are times where we've tried to fit into the puzzle board, hoping that the shapes and grooves align into finding some sort of meaning. There are the times where we felt alone, but in our community have found someone to lean on. Look around you and don't forget. Remember that 5, 10, 50 years from now, those around you shape you, and you should be eternally grateful for that. They are a part of you, and they're the ones who made you who you are today. Before we get to our final rule, I want to digress and thank you, the class of 2017, for some of the greatest and most questionable memories. For the ups and downs, for pushing together through the gray skies and dreary Monday mornings, for lending me borrow a pencil even though you knew I would never return it, for teaching me that not only in everyone lies the potential to succeed, but how to harness it and make that difference. Class of 2017, I want you to thank everyone in your life that brought you here. Your teachers, your coaches, your parents, your friends, your significant other that your parents still don't know about. Because without them, we may not have flourished into nationally placed business leaders, scholars, researchers, state-recognized debaters, community activists, section, Whitby, and state champs. Thank them! Now to the final rule. To be honest, I only have 4, but after some urging looks from Mr. Leisnet, these are the words I want to leave you with the class of 2017. You'll never be late if you ride the bus. Thank you.